Welcome again, my fascinating Renaissance friends. This is Miss Malu, your fellow sojourner, and remember, this is my season of life. This is the channel that I have established, for kindred souls. We're kindred souls because we are all navigating the autumn of our life. Okay, and we are on our 119th episode, and we have just been on air for just a year, a little over a year, because that is July, and this is now the month of August. And yes, last episode I talked about the slow roast, okay, and slowly we are gaining, followers and subscribers, although, it is not the same rate as what my friends are telling me. If I do this and do that and do this and do that, maybe we're going to have 100,000 followers. Yes, I would love that. I really would love that, my friends. But I'd rather that continue to give you content that I feel very deeply about, okay? And we will work on finding out, how else we can reach other kindred spirits, in this channel, My Season of Life with Miss Malu Cervantes, okay? So let's continue. And about, formulating your own philosophy and where you're going to get ideas. I found this somewhere. You know very well I journal, isn't it? So I have all of this collected in my journal. And when I was looking at it, I said, maybe I should share this with you. It says, it has 3 sentences. The entire clip has 3 sentences. Okay. First is expect nothing. Very difficult, because we all have expectations of everything, or from everything. Expect nothing, appreciate everything, because peace lives in the smallest things. Okay. I talked about the science of happiness in the previous episodes. And I remember talking about that when I was in the same island of Mindanao in the Philippines. Okay, for the same client in a different setting. I talked about what makes people happy. The science of happiness, according to a researcher. I think her name is Gretchen Rubin. She is a researcher for Harvard, and she outlined there. And I'd like you to go back. To those episodes. But basically, this is what she was saying. It is just what? It is just composed in very, very short sentences. Expect nothing. Therefore, you will not be what? Frustrated or disappointed needlessly. So we do everything, again, back to my philosophy of relentless pursuit of excellence. I am pursuing it for my own sake. I don't need to be approved. I don't change validation or approval. I don't. For me, this is a mission. So I do everything excellently, expecting nothing. So when they tell me it's fantastic, I'm in the moon. Okay, so expect nothing, appreciate everything, because for me everything is a gift. You mean, Miss Malu, everything, as in positive things I can understand. Like you were given a gift, you were appreciated, but what if you were disappointed? What if something did something bad and you got hurt? Are you still going to appreciate that? Yes. I will appreciate that and learn lessons from it. I will try and analyze, why was I disappointed? Why was I hurt? Why was it painful? Why do people, do this to me? I analyze everything. Remember, I told you my problem is I'm an overthinker, But I would appreciate the fact that I experienced something negative like that, because I learned wonderful, critical lessons from it. So I will never waste anything negative. I will learn. Last one, peace lives in the smallest things. Yes, because you develop the eye, for looking at things, for whatever positive things in there. You develop a grateful heart. Really. And that's the way to live and navigate this autumn of our life, in this season of our life. And so, okay, my friends, by next month, we will start a new series. We will start a new month, but it's still the same content for you to help us all in this journey in the autumn of our life. So don't forget to like and subscribe the season of life, with Miss Malu Cervantes. So we are in this, we are all in this together. Okay, guys? Goodbye.